No, you don't need the.
I'm doing this my way. He a legend, he a legend, he a legend. He a legend, he a legend, he a legend.
Fucking on it though. Then
He
you
a
can't put it
legend.
up later.
Welcome to the league, to the league, to the league, to the league, to the league of items. Welcome to the league, to the league, to the league, to the league, to the league of items.
What's up, everybody? It's Pikel with League of Items, and yesterday's games went pretty good, I think. So Weibo Gaming won 2-1 over Rare Atom. Top Esports beat FPX, but I think it was 2-1. RNG lost to V5, so that was a really good win for V5. Don't necessarily agree with how RNG kind of approached the match, but that's fine. T1 swept Damwon, which was surprising for me. I thought that Damwon was like kind of a sneaky angle for DraftKings last night. Live Sandbox beat KT. I was interested in Sandbox on prizepicks. They had some like under the kill totals were kind of low. Misfits beat SK, XL beat Mad, Rogue beat Astralis, Fnatic beat BDS, but G2 beat Vitality, so the favorite came through in that one. Happens. Vitality, it's got to be a coaching thing with that team. Or an Alfari thing. I don't really understand how they get into these spots where they look not competitive in games. It doesn't happen to some of the other top teams. C9 beat Dig, 100 Thieves beat Golden Guardians. I correctly called TSM beating Team Liquid. EG beat Immortals, and right now FlyQuest is up against CLG. That's on my second monitor. FlyQuest is currently up a little bit, but it's still, like a relatively close game. So this is going to be a pretty quick video, I think. Just going to go through the matches for tomorrow, as well as prize picks. So let's go to the board. So let's just go through each game first. So in the LPL tomorrow, we have Invictus Gaming against Anyone's Legend, Zika against ZDZ. I prefer Zika. Shun against Xiaohao. I prefer Shun. Yukai against Forged. Forge is a pretty close matchup. Wink and Shinlu against Betty and Chow Chow. I think that is a close matchup as well. It really comes down to drafts. In general, I'll just take the team with the better jungler. Invictus Gaming is a slight dog, and I have them in like a six team parlay tomorrow. I just ate a bunch of ice cream, and now my body is revolting. So for me, it's Invictus Gaming. I know there are a lot of people out there who bet on DraftKings that like Anyone's Legend because of their run last year. I don't know. I just think that IG is probably better long term. Next up, we have EDG against BLG. So EDG is a big favorite over BLG. BLG has not looked good so far this split. I don't think that the change from Breathe to Bin should have the impact that the results have gone so far. Like, it's been kind of extreme how much worse they're playing. Although they underperformed last split as well. And then also going from Fofo to Icon. Like I said previously, it's really just a side grade. This kind of matchup feels like it's going to be low kill score in general. I know that there's one number that stuck out to me as an under on EDG. We'll talk about that shortly. But Flandre against Bin, I prefer Bin slightly, but they're both very good players. Jai Jai against Wei Wei. I prefer Jai Jai, not by much. I think Jai Jai is just like kind of not carried by his teammates, but he's on a good team, which always helps. Scout is better than Icon. Viper and Mako could be Vipo. Viper and Mako are better than Doggo and Crisp, in my opinion. Let's go to the LCK. In the LCK, we have Nongshim against Hanwha. Nongshim is just a straight-up better team. They underperformed last year. They're kind of performing at a high level at this point. I would expect a 2-0, and then DRX against Kwangdong. This is another spot where I would expect the underdog to pick up a game, because DRX, while they have been good so far this split, they are not, as reliable as the other top teams, and they will drop this kind of match. But instead of picking this match to the underdog to win this match outright, I would probably just go with 1.5 maps. And then we have in the LCS, they're only listing 4 out of the 5 games. I think it's because Berserker is relatively young, but I'm not 100% sure why. So we have Golden Guardians against TSM. I think that's a really good TSM spot. TSM looked good today. I think that as long as they're not drafting themselves in the bad positions, they should be strong. The fact that they got Callista today, and the Callista died 3 times, but they were still able to kind of force the issue. Spica looked very good. Spica is one of the best junglers in the LCS. He's better than Pride Stalker in this matchup, so that automatically puts me onto the TSM side. I think that they probably are better in every position. So I like TSM here. I think it should probably be like minus 160 to plus 130, something like that. Then we have Team Liquid against FlyQuest. Definitely prefer the Team Liquid side. I know that they lost today, but teams lose games. Not really that big of a deal. EG against CLG. Definitely on the EG side. EG are the best team in the LCS in my opinion. So I'm not picking an upset in that spot. And then we have Dig against Immortals. I'm surprised that Dig is favored. I wish they were not favored, but I do prefer the Dig side. Immortals did look okay in their matchup today against Evil Geniuses. They kept it very close, and I do think that as time goes on, they'll play better. But I would be more surprised if Dig didn't pick up a win very soon. And then the last match is 100 Thieves against Cloud9. That should be a great match. I'm definitely on the 100 Thieves side for that one. So let's go to prize picks. So Nongshim against Hanwha. So Dread is definitely a good enough player to get over the 5, especially if they 2-0, which seems maybe not likely, but is definitely a possibility. You really would have to pick between Dread or BDD. I wouldn't feel comfortable picking both of them. I ended up going with Dread from this matchup. I think that the Dread over is probably the best. I'm not playing On Fleek. I'm not playing Karis. If I had to pick one, I would play the Karis, or I would play On Fleek because, junglers can get 3 kills in one game pretty easily nowadays if they win the early game. Next matchup, Xiao Hao and Shun in the jungle. Like I said before, I prefer the Invictus Gaming side, so I'm going to play Shun and the over. And I did a $20 to win 200 tonight for 5. So that's my pick from the Invictus Gaming Anyone's Legend match. DRX against Kwangdong. This does scare me a little bit, but I'm just going to consistently want to play the jungler that I think is going to win their match. There's no reason not to think that. They're going to get 5 kills because nowadays there are so many good champions for kills in League of Legends in the jungle. I would consider playing Fate over. I think that one is pretty close to 3.5, even in a loss. Fate is a pretty good player. I don't hate that one. And then last but not least, in the EDG BLG matchup, I think that I would just want to take Jai and the over. I could see going Scout under as well. I think that the Scout under is probably a sharp angle, but I don't love it because then I feel like I'm actively rooting against Scout, which is a scary proposition. But that's basically it. I'm doing a video tonight with Emric, so make sure you check my Twitter if you want to get some more information about what I think about tomorrow's games, and also don't forget about the giveaway. So some people have started kind of commenting the correct way. So what you need to do is join Patreon and then come to the comment section on YouTube, and then you put a content idea you want to see on my channel, your favorite underdog playing on the upcoming slate, and a team you think wins their specified league during the summer split, or the team that will win Worlds. It's very simple. There aren't that many people that have done it so far. Depending on how many people do it through next Friday, will change how many people I'm doing the giveaway for this week. Because I don't want like everyone to be guaranteed it, but at this point it would be fine. Like if I only have 10 people do it, maybe I'll just give it to the 10 people who are actually commenting. Commenting does help the channel, so that's always good. But that's basically it. We're going to start doing some new content soon. Well, maybe not new content, but different types of content. I'm going to update my positional rankings, update my team rankings, and then talk about some other things like that in upcoming videos. But that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.